Welcome to Satya Ananda, the way of grace.
People keep telling me this, Sadhguru, for you, the biggest thing in your life just happened unasked. Maybe you're chosen. How will it happen to us? It is not a question of anybody's choosing anything for you. It is just that if you keep your intellect unidentified with anything, starting from your body, if you do not even identify yourself with the body, that if you do not look at yourself not even as a man or a woman, your family, your qualifications, your society, your caste, creed, community, nation, whatever, a million other identifications that you take on in your life, if you do not identify your intellect or if you do not encumber your intellect with any of these identifications, every human being will naturally lead himself on to his ultimate nature. There is no other way. When we started the home school, the first questions that came up is this going to be a spiritual school? Are you going to teach them spirituality? I said, that's one thing we won't do. There are a variety of corruptions on the planet, but the spiritual and religious corruption has always been the most damaging because you get so strongly identified with this. Once this identification happens, you can't look beyond it. It encumbers your intellect. So if children are brought up without any sense of identity, you will see every human being will naturally lead himself towards his enlightenment. I must share this, I hope it is received with the necessary understanding, because this was a certain moment of intimacy, a certain moment of many things that cannot be expressed. I was just 14 years of age. My mother was a very devout, dedicated woman. For her whole life was her husband and 4 children, and she never thought anything about herself, she just gave her life to us. So there was no need for her to ever express that I love you or anything, such a thing was never expected. Whether she loves you or not is never a question, because her whole life is for you. So there's no question of whether she loves you or doesn't love you, such a question never occurred in anybody's minds. I developed a kind of relationship with her where though I was the youngest in the family, I was like her elder brother in many ways. She would share things that she wouldn't share with anybody, and when I took advantage of that and joked, she would always regret, why am I sharing these things with you? So on a certain day, because of I simply asked, for me it was just very matter of fact. I just asked, if I was born in the next house, would you still feel like this about me? She just broke down, it hurt her very much. She broke down and went away. I didn't intend to hurt her, I just asked a simple question, which these questions are constantly going on in me about everything, not just about one thing. And after some time, she came, still tears in her eyes, she came and fell at my feet, and then she went away. I said, that's good for her, some kind of realization within herself. Why I'm saying this is, our ways of thinking and feeling are so deeply identified with things we are associated with. Our body, our parentage, our children, our wife, our husband, our home. Not just that, with just about anything, isn't it? With just anything and anything. I remember my grandfather used to always eat in a gold-rimmed plate. He was a very rich man and a very proud man. If at any time for some reason, even when he travels, another traveling gold plate has to travel with him, suppose that plate is not there, he just won't eat. He cannot eat. The same damn food. What is the problem? Whether you eat in a gold plate or a steel plate, okay, you want to do things in style, it's okay. But the identification with something as simple as that is so deep that if he eats on another plate, he will become sick, his stomach will be disturbed. Your identifications are so very deep with big things and small things. Once you're identified like this, your mind is a mess of a circus. It will never raise to any great peak or pitch, it will be just a mess. Once you're very deeply identified, it is better not to insult the circus by calling your mind a circus. It's more a mental diarrhea. Non-stop, it is just going on endlessly. This cannot be stopped with a pill. People have tried the drink, the drug, all kinds of things, but it cannot be stopped that way. Only when you get disidentified, when you're able to be involved but not entangled, only then this is possible. Right now, because somewhere people realized that this identification is causing so much trouble, immediately they started giving you an antidote: detachment. The moment you detach yourself, your ability to experience life also is gone. Because life can only be experienced with involvement. Where there is no involvement, there is no life. Is that so? The deeper the involvement, the deeper the experience of life. However small the event may be, however small a piece of life may be, if you are deeply involved, it's a very great experience for you. Nothing dramatic or spectacular need to happen in your life. If you're deeply involved with the simplest aspect of your life, you will see every aspect of your life is spectacular. So involvement is the only way to experience life. No involvement, there is really no life. But why is so much detachment being taught everywhere? Fear of entanglement. It is from that fear, detachment is always being propagated. If you detach yourself from life, you're avoiding life. If you really want to avoid life, there are more efficient ways to do it. You know, you can jump off a mountain, you can consume poison, you can hang yourself. Whatever we do, we must do it efficiently, isn't it? If you want to really avoid life, you just have to hang yourself. What is the idea? Are you here to experience life or are you here to avoid life? Which way is it? Experience life? Can you experience life unless you're involved? But right now there is a fear of entanglement. If I involve myself, maybe I'll get entangled. Entanglement has happened because of the discriminatory nature of your involvement. You're only involved with this one, not with that one. Your involvement is coming from a certain identification. I am involved with this person because this is my wife, this is my husband, this is my child, this is my home, this is my that. It is coming because of a certain identity. Otherwise, there's no involvement with life. It is the identification which is causing the entanglement, not the involvement. If your involvement is beyond your identification, you will see involvement brings absolute joy of life. If your involvement was indiscriminate, you were simply involved with every life around you just the same way, the very air that you breathe, the very land that you're standing on. If you are deeply involved, you will see involvement enhances life in a tremendous way. If life is not enhanced within you, all the higher possibilities of life also will never happen to you. In the process of becoming spiritual or trying to be spiritual, lot of people have become like goats. I don't want to insult the goats. Because if you practice how not to be involved with life, then slowly you will become more and more lifeless, less of life as days go by. Too much of mind, very little of life. As life recedes in you, you will see nothing fantastic can ever happen. Only if life is exuberantly happening within you, it can carry you to higher possibilities. So mind is not a cap on life. Mind is a way to liberate life. Just now also, everywhere you go, you must control the mind. Your mind need not be controlled. Your mind needs to be liberated. But unfortunately, we are always thinking of controlling the mind. People are talking about, I want to become no mind. It's a very misunderstood concept. It took millions of years to evolve this mind. Why do you want to become no mind now? Simply because you are not able to handle the torture of your mind. If your mind was ecstasy, would you want to become no mind? If your mind was the means to your blissfulness, would you want to become no mind? Only because it's become a mess, you want to become no mind, isn't it? Only because you're seeing it as a barrier, not as a stepping stone, you want to become a no mind. Mind is not a barrier. Mind is a tremendous possibility. It is because without addressing and understanding the fundamental nature of the mind, we are trying to go about handling it, this problem has happened. Now, one of the biggest problems with the mind is, right from one's childhood, the mind has been imposed as to what is right and what is wrong, morality. This is the major problem. People have taught you what is good and what is bad. Because good and bad are very strong points of identity, very strong. Whatever you consider as good, you naturally get identified with it. Whatever you consider as bad, you naturally repelled by it.
Like, subscribe, and comment for more.